Welcome back to Shit Creek Survivors, where we share stories of resilience and tools for resilience. Now, a while back, Kevin brought us inside Bartow County Jail, where I got to share my own story of being injured, dealing with trauma, turning to alcohol to quiet the noise, and finding redemption through faith and the AA program. Now, today we're going back inside those same walls, but this time to meet and speak with the men in the WRAP program. That stands for Workforce Reentry and Advancement Program. These guys are inmates, yes, but they're also fathers, sons, and brothers who've chosen to change. And the truth is, a lot of us are only one decision away from being in their shoes. So their stories are proof that God's grace does not stop at the prison gates, and that redemption is possible for anyone willing to fight for it.
My name is Nathaniel Jones. I was born in South Georgia, raised up in Central Florida. I come back up here to Georgia to see my mom and my brother, and I came to Bartow County as I inherited some property. Back then, I was doing my own thing in between jobs, selling drugs, and my mom just up and one day said, "Why don't you go up there and see about the property that you got up there? Maybe you can start a new beginning." At first, I went with it because I was selling drugs down there in Central Florida and drinking and doing partying and doing everything else everybody was doing, and got in trouble. Then I came up here to North Georgia. When I came up here to North Georgia, the devil or the dragon just followed me. I started doing the same thing, drinking, a lot of drinking, selling drugs. But I had different friends, thinking I had different friends that it all changed, but it never did change. My life was bad with the drinking, the selling drugs, with the so-called friends. I had in my back of my mind, I knew I had to make a change, but I wouldn't listen to that little voice that was talking to me. Till one night I was had made a big run, and I came home and I knew something was off because a certain person came to my house and he wanted something, but it was all new money. Never had it. I knew one rule, don't take new money, and I took it anyway. Anyway, long story short, took it, and 2 weeks later, they come knocking at my door, and I'm thinking it's just two people, and it really ain't coming for me because I didn't give them the right name, but they pulled it up and it was me on the videotape. I come out in the house and it's like Merry Christmas outside from 4 different counties. Brought me to Bartow County, and I'm in here and thinking I got money in my pocket. I don't need nobody. I didn't need to call nobody, anything like that. I'll be all right. But once I got here, undercover never did put my money on my books. I didn't have no way to call my mom at that time. I just started asking people around, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And these the same guys that I used to shoot down from trying to buy drugs from me because I didn't want nobody buying no small weight from me. Long story short, I kept asking myself, and I started going to the church. I really wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to see who I knew. But one day the pastor had came and he talked, and he was telling me that, this is your calling right here. I don't know if he really was talking to me, but I heard him. And he said, this is your calling. He's not going to keep knocking at your door. And when I finally figured that he was talking about me, that same day, Mr. Fletcher came around with these papers wanting people to sign up for this program. And I saw everybody in my dorm looking at the papers, and most guys put them up under, they took it, but they put it up under their mask and all this. So me, I figured I didn't need it either, so I just put it in the trash. Well, next week came around, it was hitting me in my head like, man, maybe I should have signed that thing because I ain't going nowhere anyway. Try something new. Well, I asked everybody for one, and I asked everybody, did they have one? And all everybody told me to throw it in the dumpster. So church had came up that next weekend, and I went to that church, and I was talking to this man about, I probably need somewhere to stay because I'm all money gone. I don't know where I'm going. I'm stuck in Bartow County. But he said, well, we got a place for you. I said, okay. So he gave me a form, but not like the form of this program that I am in right now. I went to the dorm to fill it out. And this guy named Bobby said, Nathan, I got a form for you right here, man. If you want to try this form, I instead of that one that you're trying to. He said, man, I don't know nothing about that one. But this is a new one that they try. Maybe you want to try this one. So it was the form that I was looking for. And when he got it, I gave it to Mr. Officer Fletcher that next week that he came and picked him up. Then I gave away with it. I didn't say no more to it. But that same guy who gave me the form, he also said, when I just had Bible study with him, it's just me and him because that whole dorm wasn't trying to do no Bible study. I started doing the Bible study with him, and he started praying for me, started looking out for me. And as he doing this, I'm just taking stuff from him. I'm not giving him nothing. And one point I got kind of screams like, man, why is this man always giving me stuff and he ain't asking for nothing back? So I started asking questions to other fellas about him, and come to find out he's there. He ain't coming. He ain't going to see home. He had 2 girls, a wife, big house, and he was just trying to help somebody else out. I didn't figure out till later on that he almost killed somebody, ran his car hit a tree and hit a house. That somebody else was still blessed to him, even though he had did all that. He's just trying to give back, trying to find a way back. And he was just trying to show another person how they can get back. He did show me. And long story short, they called me down for this program. And I got an interview with everybody. The first officer I talked to was Officer Fletcher. And he said, he didn't know me from a can of no-name beans. He said, look, man, just be truthful. I said, that's all I got. I'm already down on my knees. I came in, and the first thing was told was, I don't even think you're supposed to be in the program. That's the first thing a person told me. He said, I don't even think you're supposed to be in this program. You really don't do nothing. You've been a drug dealer, but you should be able to bounce back on your feet. You got education and all this. But I had to break down to him and explain that I need this program. I need it because I had a alcohol addiction. I had to manipulate everybody I could. I didn't see no way of me getting out of it, but to do a 180 and tell God that I'm sorry, forgive me. And when that happened, I told them that it was a relief just telling them that, telling people that I never even seen, that I was telling them my story. And that was a relief. It was something that made me feel good, even though I didn't know they were going to pick me or not. Got back 1 week later, and I got picked up for the program. I got to say, in this program that we're in, I got to learn I got to sharpen my skills: awareness, anger management, financial, the stuff that I really wasn't paying attention to out in the streets, because I was living that street life, that worldly life. And now I'm here with a new beginning that I can use. I even took parenting. No kids, but I took parenting. That's funny. I know that me being in this program, I learned a lot. I learned that with these guys and having them around me, I learned that you gotta have somebody to do this with. At first, you won't get along. You won't get along. Especially all the guys. Everybody trying to be a macho in jail when you can't be a macho. Not in this program right here. Because once you start being in this program right here, first of all, you got to give it your all. And if you're giving it your all, and most of the guys, if you have any kind of higher being, it's gonna show that, okay, well, if this guy being kind to me, I can't be negative to this guy all the time. And that part of you, if you're trying to change, it'll show. The studying, the getting up in the morning, the listen to each other problems, you're gonna need that, because you're gonna have to have somebody to talk to. I'm not saying that you're gonna tell them everything, but that's a fact. I learned that by being in this program, when we start working as a team, I really, when we started working as a team, didn't nobody beat us. Everybody passed the test. Everybody studied. We put our minds together, especially when we worked. There was no stopping us. Every one of us had a good idea about something, how the way it's going to be. Even though your way might be better, but sometimes it's best to be quiet because somebody else's way might be a tad bit better than yours. I understand that I had to let down my guard sometimes when people are asking sincere questions. Not saying that I didn't not still had my little street knowledge, but I was starting to use my book knowledge. And I'm not talking about just a book off the street. I'm talking about the book of the Holy Bible. I started putting that law in effect. I started to understand that, hey, certain people act a certain way, and there's certain things I just can't change. I thought I had to be in control of everything that was around my circle, and it don't be like that. It's not like that. I say to anybody who's trying to be in this program, you got to have a desire to be in this program. You can't come half-stepping, because the guys who already been in this program or who helped with this program, they know the rights and the wrongs. They already done seen it before. You might think in your head, well, that's a new plan. Ain't nobody done did that yet. Yeah, they done did it. You have to put everything aside. That means the way you talk. If anything that you got that's anchoring you down, you got to let it go. If you want to start a new chance at life, certain things you have to let go. And I understand that. And I come from a place where you get recognition from stuff off the street, off of what you did. So by me telling you that, you have to have an open-minded. You have to want to change your life. You got to have that desire. If you don't have that desire, it ain't going to work. You can fool yourself because you ain't going to fool nobody else. I say don't waste people's time. Time is valuable. You don't want to waste nobody's time. I tell you, what excites me that I'm leaving out is that, once again, the guys I came in this program with, doing things together, being good with each other. I got brothers when I get out. Like I say, about us being together, all the certificates that we got, I get to use them best of my skills I can. Just me getting out, starting this new phase of life. I done did the worldly. Let me try this new world, this new me. I'm ready to try it out. I read in a book that, my darkness, I'm in the PM. Now I'm almost in the AM. I can start seeing the light now. Just a few minutes away from the light, and I'm coming out. So if I can encourage you, the only thing I say, and I'll just be straight frank with you, if you want to start this program, I keep hammering this, and I say it's got to be in your desire. If you don't have any kind of desire, if you don't want this, because I wanted it and I had needed it. This was my last choice. So I'm telling you that if you want to make a 180, not a 360, but a 180, because you don't try everything else, try something new, try something different. I know you can do it. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was amazing. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that. That takes courage.
My name's David Miller, and I began this program back in April 8th, 25. My life was in a downward spiral, and I didn't have no way out. I was sitting there thinking, I was about to get out in June of 2025, and I was just like, man, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? Back to the life I lived. But then God, with the glory and the grace he's got for me, he came to me, and he's like, David, here it is. I'm going to put opportunity in front of you. So Captain Tim Hovers come to me, and he said, David, he said, look, he said, I've known you for a long time. I know you're about to get out. He said, but why don't you stay extra 4 months and do this and try to change your life, son. He said, you're a hard worker. And he said, I know you can do it. So I took that I took it and ran with it. So I'm sitting here now in the program, and it's been great, man. It totally gave me a different outlook on what I had going and where I was and where I am going. The part of the program that helped me the most is I've had the opportunity to learn how to weld. I have a SOCA certification for industrial maintenance, and also I'm OSHA 10 certified. So now it's not like I'm not going to get out and be like, oh, what am I going to do for work? How am I going to find a job? I have the opportunity to actually go and move forward to get a job because of the skill sets that they gave me. It's just for me to sit here and think, well, you know what? I can actually be somebody in life. I tell my mama that, and she started crying in tears like, baby, you're going to do it. You're going to make it now. It's not going to be a thought of her worrying about it or what I'm going to do if I'm going to come home. She knows I'm going to be there. The most important skill set I learned that I've had to take here with me is probably the difference between instant gratification and delayed gratification. Instant gratification is something you get right then and there. It's like, oh yeah, I need it now. I need it now. But if you take delayed gratification and you wait and you work for it and then you get it, you've earned it and you feel like it's worthy of having, because then you don't want to lose something. If you work for something for so hard, you just don't want to up and lose it. So you think your thought process changes about what you're going to do. Am I going to go back out there and get back in trouble and lose my brand new truck or my house or my sobriety? Am I going to lose these things? Where if you use on instant gratification, it's just like right then and there. And then you're like, oops, I messed up. So that's my biggest skill that I've learned. So the program, as for me, it's changed my outlook on my life. Like, I know I'm worthy. I know I can actually be somebody in life. I know God loves me. I know that there's people there that care about me. Kevin Harris, he's put so much time into this for us in general as us men and just dump his heart into us. You know what I'm saying? It's completely different to know that he actually cares the way he does. And Miss Janet Queen did the same. She's just devoted so much of their time, and they don't get paid for this or not like that. They actually have a will to help. If I could go back to my first day and I could sit here and say, well, I'm going to give you a piece of advice, it'd be just roll with it. At first, it's not going to seem like, oh God, it's this and that. But in the end, it really is what it is promised out to be. It's going to be something. It's going to make something happen for you. It's going to change your life. You just got to be willing for it. Like my buddy said before me, he said, you just have to sacrifice. You have to have that desire to do it. If you have that desire truly and honestly, it'll change your life. If you was in jail in the back right now and you was thinking about being in this program, I would tell you from my point of standard, like I was supposed to go home in June. So like I said, that's 4 extra months. I would highly recommend you do this because like I said, it's a game changer. Your life can completely be different. But the problem with it is that you might go through the program, but you got to have that when you get out. You have to start from that point and be like, I'm going to do it because this is a starting of it. When you get out, that's the start of it then. There ain't no finishing it because this is the first day forever of your life to start. So there's no finish line of this. I mean, it's all moving forward, constantly going forward. Like I graduate in 2 weeks. That's not my finish line. That's my start date for the rest of my life. So if you feel hopeless right now and you're in the bottom, I'd tell you that there's a way out, man. You have to just look up, pray. There's people there that care. God will put somebody in your life. Just don't do what you're thinking about doing. If it's hopeless, sit back and don't do nothing sometimes, and it might be the best thing for you to do. And then reach out and just go to the nearest church, go talk to somebody, sit down, go to a meeting at AA. There is help out there, man. I promise you. I've been where you've been if you're hopeless. I've been in the gutter. I've been chasing that next fix. I've been chasing that high. I've been there. There's a way out, I promise. The most exciting thing about doing differently in my life when I get out is being to spend time with my mom and not have to worry about, being took away from my family as a whole. Like I get out there beforehand and I'm in the street, I'm running, I'm ripping, I'm doing the same old thing. And then, well, Mom, I'm here for 3 months. I'll see you in a year. And then I do it again. I'm here for 3 months. I'll see you in a year. I'm actually looking forward to being able to stay out and be around her, man. Because like I said, that my mom's 60. Who's to say she can handle another episode of this? And that goes for anybody who has a family out there or kids that look up to you. Who's to say that they have another episode of you doing this? I lost my dad my first time I went to prison. I lost my ex-fiance the last time I was locked up. People get took away from you. You know what I'm saying? God will take people away from you to make you realize what you're doing wrong. So you need to sit that down and think about it. Be like, is this really worth it? Because the next time could be the last. You might not have that person you love or cherish so much on the next time. So just take the opportunity now, take the grace that God gives you, get out, do what you're supposed to do, and move forward, man. That's the best thing I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? If my story can encourage anybody at all, I'm telling you, I'm a product of my environment. At 21, I was in prison. I've been being locked up since I was 18. I'm 36. You can change your life. You can change your stars. It's not set out. You can do different. You can make your life be what you want it to be. It might be hard. You might have to work through things, and sometimes you're going to be like, man, this ain't it. But don't go back to the old way. Just take a deep breath, think about it, relax. And with that, that's what I got, y'all. That's my story.
Dude, that was beautiful. That was so good.
My name is Alfred Herbert. I grew up in a military family. We moved to Florida when I was probably about 11 or 12 years old. I moved to Georgia 6 or 7 years ago. I've been in and out of my addiction since I was 11 or 12 years old. My father and mother were both alcoholics, but I don't blame my addiction on them, because it's all boils down to a choice that I made. My life was full of chaos and disorder, from a very young age. I run away from home. I was always the black sheep. So saying that, I've been to prison 5 times. I'm very hard-headed. But what I've learned here in this past 6 months with these fellows and these people who volunteer their time is that my life is really worth it. There's people who actually care about where we've come from, what we've been through, what we're going to go through. They don't want to see us waste our life away in the bottle or in the drugs or in that sack of hope. What I got to say, the program did for me, it made me sit down and think that I don't want to die alone, and I don't want to not be remembered. I don't want to be remembered as that drug addict who can't be trusted. I want to be remembered as that person who turned his life around and had a hell of a comeback. So if I can encourage any of you out there to just wait for the miracle, because it's right around the corner. Don't give up. Just keep pushing forward. And there's somebody out there that's gonna tell you, pick you up, and show you that you are worth it. And it's just not because they're doing it out of selfish desire. They're doing it because they have a love for the addicts. They have a love for the people who are out there lost, sick, and suffering. I have a love for the addicts now because I was there, and I can relate, and I don't want to see anybody lose themselves like I did, because I went from being a successful business person to living in the woods in a matter of a month and a half. I thought that was okay. I thought I got used to living in the woods. I got used to living by myself and drowning in the sorrow and in the misery and playing the victim. We got to get out of that victim mentality, because you know what? It's all a choice, and we're not victims. We're fighters. We're survivors. So it's taken me a long time to get out of that victim mentality, because you know what? I felt the world owed me something. The world doesn't owe me anything. I got to get it out there. If I want it, I got to get out there and work for it. And it makes me feel that much more satisfied when I do get out there and work for it, because it wasn't handed to me. So therefore, I'm not going to sacrifice it as easy as I would if it was handed to me. If I can go back to the first day that I started this program, I was pretty upset. I was still mad at the world. I still felt that, the world owed me something. But now I know that, you know what? I owe the world something. I owe my fellow people out there an apology for laying up and asking for handouts when I should have been out there working alongside of them for it to be equal. For me to have something, you got to work for it. So I'm just grateful that people seeing in me something I didn't see in myself. What would I say to somebody that feels hopeless right now? That there is hope. There is a brighter future. If I could be there with you right now, I would hold your hand and we'd sit there and we'd talk it out. I was there. I've had a gun in my hand and I've had it pointed in my head and somebody stopped me. So I understand where you're at right now, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That we need to come together and make other people aware of this sickness that this addiction is taking control of our lives, and we need to get it out. We need to eradicate it and help others see that this is really a problem in our society. How do I want to see this story encourage others? That we are born to be leaders. We're not here to fall into victim to our addictions and stuff. The people put this out in front of us to make us feel that we're inferior, but we're really loved by Jesus, and he's instilled in us a loving heart. We've been deceived for so long of a dysfunctional love that's not correct. God's undying love is the correct love that we need to show the compassion to each other. With that, I hope that you will seek out God first and seek help, and just know that there's a brighter future for us tomorrow. Thank you.
Well said, sir. Really well said. We're saving lives today, aren't we?
My name is Cole Smith. I began this program in April. Life's been chaotic, stay in trouble, stay falling short of where I know I need to be. I joined this program for change because my life was headed in a direction that I couldn't even tell you. Which direction. It just wasn't the right one. Part of the program that helped me the most is the skills that we learn and just having a second chance. I just want to give a big shout out to the people in this program that believed in us and believed in me in particular. If you're thinking about taking a chance in a program like this, jump. Take the chance. And if you feel hopeless, just keep on keeping on, because did nobody ever succeed giving up? I'm excited for new opportunity. If anything out of these testimonies does help y'all, just keep pushing. Don't give up.
Well done, sir. Yes, well done.
My name is Elijah LeGrone. I began this program in April. My life before I got here, it was a struggle, and I kept coming in and out of jail and didn't know what to do next. I joined this program to get a second chance because the road I was going down, I was either going to be dead or in prison, and I didn't want that to happen. If I could go back to the first day I was here, I would say keep going and keep God first and keep reading the Bible and make sure I'm on the right path and keep going and don't stop. When I get out, something different, I'm going to keep going to church and everything, make sure I keep God in my life and stop being around negative people, because it affects you. If you would join this program, I would most likely you join it because you can get a second chance. And if you're going down the wrong path, this will really help you change your life and make a U-turn and keep your life on a positive note. That's it.
Well done, sir. Well done. Thank you so much.
Okay. My name's Casey Clayton. I joined the program April 2025. Before the program, I was just back there in jail doing nothing and worrying about what I had going on next. I joined the program to try something different because I need a little redemption, second chance. Part of the program that helped me the most is just the people coming in, putting effort into us. It really helped. Learned a lot of lessons in here that I can take with me. To not give up. I learned a couple skills, learned how to weld. If you're thinking about joining the program, I definitely would, because it's better than sitting back there in the jail, and there's a lot of things that you can get out of this program. If you're feeling hopeless, just learn to keep your head up. That's all I got.
That's fine. Thank you, sir. Really well done.
All right. My name is Bradley Lackey. I started the program April 8th. What was life like before you got here? Well, let's see. I've been homeless for 10 years, hooked on methamphetamines, drinking every day. Got hooked on the needle about a year ago, and that was a dramatic change in life, on top of already being homeless. With that being said, the reason why I joined the program was because I was in the trustee dorm and I was in the shower, and I was praying one night. I'll be honest with you, I was a little lost, so I was crying. And I do all my crying in the shower. Anyways, I was talking to God, and I was like, God, if you'll please just Just show me what your will in my life is. I promise you this time I'll follow it. So then the captain showed up and he come to the door and he was talking about the program. And God hit me in the head with a spiritual brick. And he said, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you need to do right there. So I joined the program. And then after that, I just kept getting blessings on blessings on blessings. I feel like Joseph in the Bible, whenever he went from being in a whole sold as slaves to being the governor of Egypt. So with that being said, we've gotten all kind of blessings in this program, and it's through the glory of God. Certified welder, certified in industrial maintenance, on the way to getting my GED. They got me new teeth, just a whole bunch of things in life I would have probably not gotten anywhere else. And it all started with just being into the will of God. And I signed up for 3 extra months in jail, but it's been worth it. Every day over the time I should have got out has totally been worth being here. And I talk to people on the phone, my loved ones and stuff. They're like, "You're crazy. You signed up for 3 extra months in jail. What's wrong with you? Who does that?" I was like, "I don't know. God said that's what I should do, so I did it." But on top of all of that, God has been taking this opportunity to build a foundation for my life through all of these tools we've gotten through these life skill courses and the things that the people I've been able to meet, Kevin, Miss Janet, Taylor, Ben, Captain, Mark, Cam, all of these people that I've been able to meet that are actually really good, genuinely solid people in life that I believe are going to help me build towards my future. I just couldn't thank God enough for these people. And I think I just went over what the program's done for me. Every skill that I've learned here, I'm going to take with me. I got to have it. How has being in the program changed my outlook on life? Drastically. I was really content with being homeless and being on drugs. I honestly thought that there was no other way for me to live because that's all I've ever known since I was a kid. I'm from Glade Road. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that place, but it's like where the devil takes his dumps. So I didn't know there was another way to live. But if I go back to the first day I was here, what advice would I give myself? I don't know if I would listen to myself. Nah. The advice I would give to myself would be success is right on the other side of being uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is where it all starts. Because once you get out of your comfort zone, you realize that you've been stuck the whole time you were comfortable. Because being comfortable is the same thing as being stuck to me because you're used to things being the same all the time. It's a routine in life, so nothing's ever different. And the only way you're going to grow and get anywhere is to change. So quit being comfortable. What would I like to tell somebody in jail who's joining the program, who was thinking about joining the program? Absolutely do it. Do it. Even if you got to stay here longer, it's going to benefit your life in such a way that you would never dream. Like the job opportunities that they're setting us up with, like we've been able to talk to Toyo, the union, all kinds of places that I never even thought that would be interested in me working for them. Is these opportunities that I'm now being handed that it's like, man, if I was out there on the streets, I wouldn't be able to dream of the stuff that I got going on right now. So I'm grateful for that. And that's what I would say. Absolutely join this program. I don't care if you got to stay extra 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. What is a little bit of extra time in jail to get your stuff together to allow God to work in your life versus going right back out to the same thing you've been doing, which ain't nothing but a death trap, you know? So do it. What would I say to someone who feels hopeless right now? Man, I've been hopeless. If you're feeling hopeless, you need to lean into your faith. You need to talk to Jesus more. And that's the only thing I can say, because hope is the substance of things not seen. And if you believe in God, then there's a way out. And just let him work in your life. It's easier said than done sometimes, but I'm living proof of the fact that you can come from absolutely the worst place in life if you just let God work in it and be somewhere totally better on the other side. There's always going to be hard times. There's always going to be moments when you feel alone or like you just can't go on, but that's when you need to lean on the Lord the most. So always remember, Jesus is always with you. You're never alone, even when you feel like you are. What's one thing that I'm excited to do differently when I get out? My whole life's about to be different. Ain't nothing going to be the same. I'm born a new creature in Christ, just by the glory of God. I couldn't give the Father more praise than I'm trying to right now, because there's no words that I could use to express what Jesus has done for me in my life and what he's pulled me out of. So always put Jesus first. How do I want my story to encourage others? I just hope that it can. If anything I say can encourage you to do one thing differently in your life that needs to be done, then all glory to the Father. It's not me, it's Jesus.
What you guys just did was absolutely amazing. I hope you guys are as proud of yourself as I am of you. Even I feel blessed to be in this room with you right now, talking to all these individuals who picked up their cross and bared it. Everyone out there is not taking responsibility. I'm so guilty of it too in some circumstances, but until you decide to change your life won't change. You know, I've been a victim. I've waited for people to come and change my life for me because I thought it was their problem. It wasn't. And you guys have put yourselves, it's just amazing. I'm so blessed to even be in this room. I'm flabbergasted. I never use that word.
Hearing these men share their stories reminds us how thin the line really is and how powerful faith and community can be in helping us stay on the right side of it. The RAP program is proof that transformation can happen anywhere, even behind bars. If this episode moved you, make sure you share it with someone who needs some hope. And remember, no matter how far down the creek you've drifted, you can always paddle towards the light. Thank you for watching Shit Creek Survivors. Subscribe, follow, and join us next time for more stories of faith, resilience, and redemption. Until then, keep your heads above water and your heart in the fight.